Yes, we back. Common grounds, baby. Like I always tell y'all, first thing you need to do is go hit that follow button, hit that subscriber button, and it's free to do that. Man, we had a lot of great shows, but this one right here is one of the greatest ones we're about to have. I'm going to say that. We got one of the greatest people. And y'all know how we do. We're going to get right to it. But first, y'all already know teamwork, make the dream work first. Here, let's get it done.
It's your boy, Philly G. Thank you for tuning in.
22 Murdoch. And... Where's Whoopty?
Yeah, where's Whoopty? That's what we got today. But big shout out to
Whoopty, man. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Whoop.
Happy birthday,
yes.
It's Whoopty Whoop Day.
Right.
Whoopty,
but we had one of the greatest people, like I said, ever that come across me in my life in a long time. So it's not only a comedian, he's not only a movie, an actor. We're going to get into all that. But the most important thing I want to let you know, he's a great person. And you can't say that shit about a lot of people. He a great person, and we're going to get into his whole story immediately. But let's clap it up for Mike Salvi, man. Let's get Mike.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mike.
Long time coming.
I'm going to update my business card because it does say stand-up comic, skateboarder, nice kid. But I'm going to put great person
For sure,
there.
that's who you are.
Yeah, for sure.
That's who you
Like,
are.
I'm putting that one first, man.
A lot of people can't do that.
Right.
That would be a true card that you are passing out.
Now, what's great is when people look at the card, they'll be like, great person. They'll be like, I got the name from Unc.
Right, it's for sure.
Like, I didn't
sure.
know myself.
For sure.
I've earned it, apparently.
Right.
Like, anybody
I got
know
it from
me,
Unc, then I'm a great
But
person.
listen, it takes a lot to even earn
Great guy,
that.
man. He a real great guy.
You know what I mean? For somebody to even say that about you feel me?
I got a couple things for you, but Mike,
What's going on?
I always wanted to know, man, before all this stuff, you know how the show go, for excellence and all that, what was Mike Salvi doing? Where's Mike Salvi from?
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about where are you from?
Yeah, from the beginning.
Wow. All right. So, born at Broad Colony. So, the first thing that I saw was a blizzard and Broad Street.
Okay.
What year was that?
That was 78. I was ready to bounce. I was like, wait, this is what I came out to? Come on, let's go back. But yeah, no, born and raised here. Did a lot, goofed around, went through school. But job-wise, I got into sales. I just like messing around with people, man. I worked at a toy store.
You know, okay.
That was so much fun. It was the worst paying job, but it was the most fun I had. I got to stand outside and play with toy trains and shit like that. But the real thing was messing around with the public as they walk by, making them laugh. I just always that's something that I was always good at because I was always good at breaking tension. Because as a kid I hated it, and I just saw that I could make somebody laugh, and it just changed the atmosphere. Not even just what was the whole atmosphere of the room, and I'm like, damn. So I just kept up at it. I thought about stand-up comedy as just like a thing.
Okay.
Never got into it until later in life, but yeah.
All right, so before comedy, you said you was in sales and everything.
Sales, construction.
Oh, okay.
I sold everything from, the whole house to the knives in the kitchen drawer. I did it all. But, I mean, the common thing, across the board was just connecting with people. Okay. Finding something that they needed, finding it, being very honest about the whole process. And then, there was always tense moments, so I just always, got good at making people laugh. Okay. And then finally one day I was just like, enough of this shit. Let me get up on stage. When I went to my first open mic, I was after the third comic. Not that they were all shitty, but I was just like, wait, all right. I'm at least not half as bad as this dude. You know what I mean? Or this person or whatever. So,
okay.
And as soon as the second I stepped on stage, I fell in love with it.
I'm saying, what made you fall in love with being a comic, the comedy thing? What was your inspiration to even try it?
I just got a sign. What's it called? Shout out to Buzz. So, what made me love it? It was just a reaction immediately. Always being able to make somebody feel better and crack up. I was good at it, and eventually, I just kind of saw it as a puzzle. I mean, even standing in line for coffee at 7-Eleven or something like that, right? But what made me get up on stage, my cousin passed away that I was really close with. Him and I would just always talk about oh man, come on, just go up and do it one day. And a lot of my jokes and stuff like that, we would just just crack up. I mean, just like a close friend, just cause, but he passed away and he got an aneurysm. That's how he died.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Fuck, he just went to sleep.
Yeah, that should be
He
crazy.
didn't do nothing wrong. He just went to sleep and then didn't wake up. So
Right.
it's just like, for me, the way that it hit me, I was like, tomorrow really isn't promised.
Yeah,
It's
that's
really
true.
not. And it's one of these things where it's like, at the very least, check this off your list to say that you did it, you tried it.
Right.
So,
So that was kind of like a tribute to him.
yeah, it was a
believed
tribute
in
to him
you?
for sure. He did get to see me host an event on stage once,
Okay.
which wasn't even like really stand-up comedy related, but cracking jokes up there anyway because just what I do.
So you was hosting before.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. So I would just like I got into different events and stuff like the friends were throwing and like would help them organize stuff. And then before you know it, like one day they were like, "Wait, we don't have an MC," and I'm like, "I'll do it." They're like, "You know what you're doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, but yeah, figured it out and just
winged
kind of
it
went from
and it
there.
worked.
Yeah, just winged it and it was work. Yeah. It was easy, just introduce people, keep
Right.
the crowd interested.
Right.
Somebody's doing something goofy, acknowledge it, and so I was like practicing becoming a stand-up comic, like as I was
You was
going
doing your
along
hosting
life,
joints.
but- So
And you do like the video thing and the photography thing and everything. So what motivated you to get into that?
not having any money and like just trying to capture my life or capture events that I was around, and a lot of people say this like, "Oh man, I wish I had a cameraman following me around." Like my life's crazy, right? So, and I was saying that with an iPhone in my pocket for a good like 5-6 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm my own cameraman. Like what the hell's wrong with me? So like I would just and then it started little by little, like buying a tripod from CVS for $9 that falls apart 3 days later. So then you got to go buy a $40 one from, somewhere that works, right? So like you just like getting little pieces of equipment here and there.
Right.
I remember we were shooting something one time and I hated the sound. So I ordered wireless mics. Before you know it, I'm like, I got this little studio in my bag and I'm like, all right, now I need a place to go.
Right.
I was doing my own podcast and like with a couple friends of mine, and then I was helping produce other podcasts for friends of mine too. And before you know it, I'm like, sometimes it takes somebody on the outside. I remember me and Buzz sat down one day. We went out for a drink, and he was like, "What are you doing?" Like, I don't know. I'm just kind of like winging it, riding through life. There was a plan, but it wasn't like a solid lockdown, like
for
whatever.
sure.
So and then the conversation came up. It was just like, why am I not starting my own production company?
Right.
Well, because I'm afraid to do this alone. And I wasn't alone. I was with Buzz. And we just kind of made a decision to say, let's see where this goes, but, make this a full-blown commitment. Like, we didn't just run into this completely blind. Like, we had ideas and we had plans and stuff like that. And then we just,
Put it together.
the magic is just showing up to stuff.
Yeah.
Because we literally bumped into you guys in the vestibule at an event. Like just...
What a great day.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal
great
day. It was a
day.
place that I didn't really go
Great day.
to often, didn't plan to ever go back to ever again. But I showed up, we bumped into you guys, and then, Lump was our first official, shout out to Lump, No Chops podcast. It was the
Sure.
first
Big
time.
shout out to Lump.
But we met you guys. You guys came down in the studio within a couple days, and then after you shot your first podcast, me and Buzz just looked at each other like, these guys are nuts. This is amazing. Like, there's really something
We
special here.
appreciate y'all.
And
Yeah.
it was cool because it was I hate to use the word a test, but like it was a test for us too because it was still like new as a locked in business where here we got keys, we got an address, we got we're LLC, like this is legit,
Right.
and with strangers that just saw us, trusted us, and it worked. And far
That
from
was a great
strangers.
night.
And it grew from
Appreciate
there.
everything you
Yeah, we
did.
appreciate you. That was a great night because
was.
I wasn't even coming out. I remember that day like yesterday. I wasn't even coming. I wasn't
He ain't
even
never
dressed.
coming up.
He called me like, "Yo, how we gonna be networking if you ain't out here with us?" I'm like, "All right, bro, I'm about to get dressed now." I wasn't even coming out.
And he usually don't be out.
Right.
So the fact that he
They
was
tell him the
out,
truth,
and
right.
but I be trying to tell him
Yeah, I don't- I
that's
don't-
why it's important that he come out.
Yeah, I don't
So if he
really-
didn't come out, I don't know if I would have spoke to you.
It's huge. Yeah.
So-
Right.
You get in this rut of like, you don't have to be everywhere all the time, and the power of no is important. But
No, I was at the right place at the right time that day.
But I will say, even speaking for myself, like and I'm sure people can relate to this. Like, you get kind of stuck in this rut after a while because you get so comfortable. Like, I'm doing good. I don't have to go out as much. But then that one time that you do, and then life just slams you in the face
like
with
that.
like Common Ground podcast, like and then Buzz and I shot a lot of stuff that night too. So like, it just kind of was all starting to come together. So I mean, how did how did I get into video production? I mean, my original answer was I didn't have any money and I didn't believe that, I could afford to do, hire a whole team because I
Right.
couldn't at the time, but, and I still can't, but, being able to do so much and learn so much, it cuts a lot of, the fat out of all this other crap.
Fact.
So,
So even though you're saying like you got like Buzz helped you with the getting this rolling and your friend passing having an aneurysm, but you seem to be self motivated though.
yeah.
Like you have an idea and you just go ahead and try it.
Yeah.
And you do it and see
Yeah.
if it works.
I'm not afraid to break stuff, like I would be the type to, like if I had the money, I would go buy the craziest looking Ferrari, like, high powered luxury car you could find. As soon as I pull out of the parking lot, I'm slamming on the gas. I'll probably
no
crash
video
into the
game.
first Jersey barrier I hit. I'll get out. I'll look back at the dealer because I won't have made it half a block. And I'll just start cracking up. Be like, okay, how do we fix this? Whoops.
Another 300,000.
Okay, let's find a way. So, okay, even on a smaller scale, if it was a $50 skateboard, it would still be the same, idea where it's just like, let's just try it. Like, don't be afraid to break stuff. Take it apart. Somebody put it together. You can put it back together again, and probably in a better way.
So let the people know what's Mike Salvi childhood like. What was your upbringing?
I have an older brother who's 7 years older than me. A lot of people are like, "Damn, I can't picture an older Mike." Don't.
Yeah, you said 78.
Total
I was
opposite.
like,
Yeah, do the
Oh, yo, the
numbers.
total opposite.
He's
Well, he's 7 years older than you, so
he's 7 years older than
I'm
me.
7 years older than my brother. So
Okay.
I can imagine that.
But like growing up, he was like, he he played football. He was kid from Philly that came up in the '80s. So like even music wise, like I'd sneak in his room and be able to like
Yeah, of course.
listen to music and shit like that or whatever. And I was only allowed to follow him to like the end of the block on my skateboard before like the rest of his friends would like take off on their bikes or whatever. You know what I mean? And then
Right.
I'm like watching him
yeah,
go
it's your
off.
older brother, man.
So
You
yeah,
know,
I got a younger brother.
so another rarity. My parents are still together. Shout out to them for putting up with each other because they're
congrats.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Both of them, each one of you. Yeah, I'm sure, and even if you're watching this, like, Mom, shout out to you for sticking with that because he's nuts, and vice versa. But
Shout out,
you guys
Mom
are
and
amazing.
Dad.
Y'all,
So,
man.
Big
Yeah,
shout out to
shout
mom
out
and
to
dad.
mom and
Yeah,
dad.
thank y'all.
a lot of help and love and support and all that stuff from them. But look, I grew up. I tried out different sports. I played a couple different things, but like what really caught my attention was skateboarding because there was no coach telling you what to do. And it's one of these things where it's like you talk about self motivation. Like I look back at a lot of stuff that I did was a lot of self motivating stuff.
Yeah,
the
you
martial
be out
arts
there-
and stuff like that too. Like you
get
just
out
don't
there
get better.
fucking your knees and your elbows. And
Yeah,
shit
they're
up.
destroyed. But I'm still here. I can still walk around. I can still kick flip. So I'm
Right.
all right.
Okay.
But no, I mean, I'm just saying. So like, I kind of gravitated toward like artistic type of stuff where I'm in charge. If I don't put anything into it, nothing comes out of it, and it's that can be good or bad. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, definitely. So tell us how you and Buzz got started. You said through stand-up comedy?
yeah, met Buzz through stand-up comedy, and from there, like, there's just certain people you hit it off with,
Right.
And he was one of them, and so we just stayed in touch. I respected his work for sure, and that's the difference too. I mean, you meet so many people. Like for me, the longer I, remain alive,
Right.
I put up with less. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So what I'm getting at is like, you meet people that you become friends with, you meet people that are talented, and then you meet people that are, somewhere either one or the other. I'm friends with him. He's very talented. I respect his work too. Like he's also one of these people where like I could hang out with him, but I'm at a point in my life where like I don't even want to hang out with certain people, and I don't really want to hang out as much. You know what I mean? So I don't want to just hang out with him just because it's awesome, even though it is. What's even better is the bonus is, he's great at what he does. He adds so much to, what I do, just in my day-to-day stuff,
Right.
and in my work, and for what we do as a company is excellence. But, so yeah.
So let me ask you this, right? So let's get into the acting part. 'Cause you act too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Many
Where that
trees, many
where that
trees.
coming at?
It came from stand-up comedy. It came from just pursuing what I loved and, just being open to whatever comes next. Shout out to Two-Ray. One of the things that Two-Ray teaches
Shout
a
out
lot
to
of people,
Two-Ray.
but one of the things that I took from him was say yes. Because if you say no, they're probably never going to ask you ever again.
Right.
So whatever the situation is. So yes, the power of no is important, but also say yes to everything in a sense. Buzz has that.
Shout out to Moon.
Buzz has that down to his like bone marrow too. So it's just a great like mesh. Buzz has some acting experience too. He was in a movie called Unglorified by Raheem Rohr. So my first film, the first film that I was in was Porch Pirate, completely unrelated to anything that Buzz was doing or whatever. So it was cool because Buzz already had a movie credit, I already had a movie credit. But then we came into this year together with all the other stuff that we'll get ready to talk about in a second. But so Porch Pirate was written and directed by a stand-up comedian, Dorian Vasquez, who called me and was like, "Hey, I got this role for a shady pawn shop owner." I look like a shady pawn shop owner.
I can see it.
So can everybody. Because people were like, "Oh, you killed the role." I'm like, "Thanks."
Right.
But so I had a scene in that. That was a lot of fun, and it was literally the first time I've ever stepped on a set like to do anything like that at all. So, but I walk into everything like this is it. This is what everyone's watching, right? So to me, everything is like a performance. So even down to the read, the audition, and everything. And it's funny because experienced actors that I've been around are like, "Damn, man, you read like you're like shooting for like the scene." I'm like, "Aren't that what you're supposed to do?" Not really, I guess, but yeah, it's fucking shit. It's worked for me. I've been in 4 movies so far already.
That's all right.
4. That's nuts.
That's all that.
Just because I showed up.
That's it.
But it's also like I'm not just writing it off to just like, you know, show up somewhere one day and, you know, oh, luck happens. Like, no, there's a lot of like the harder I work, the luckier I get, really. Like, so by putting all this work in, you know, Dorian called me because he trusted me to perform because he's seen me perform a bunch on stage.
Okay.
So there's things, there's a book that Buzz put me onto called The Outliers, where it's just like, you know, you see these people that seem like they're outliers and it, like there's like they're anomalies in life and they're amazing at what they do. They are. But there's other things that, you know, fall into place with it. So it's not like I just woke up one day and was like, I want to be in 4 movies. What do I do? You know what I mean? So the second film that I was in, Mistransaction, another one done by Raheem Rohr. I keep saying his name so you guys see it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We actually went to that premiere. Great movie.
Yeah, y'all were at the premiere for that too.
Okay.
Definitely
So I was in
dope movie.
Mistransaction. I won't tell you what happened to
twice.
me, but yeah, it was a fun experience. My character is Terrence. So, but it was one of these things where I just showed up and I was literally like, I think the first thing that I did to help out production-wise was like plug something into the wall.
Okay.
And I jokingly looked at him and I go, now I'm getting credits, right? Because I'm doing production work over here.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, I got you. And then before you know it, like a couple days later, he's like, yeah, I got a scene for you. I got a character I want,
Nice.
I want you to do.
That's all that.
The
Shout
next
out
film
Raheem.
that I was in is called The Rush. Another one by him.
Shout out to him.
Raheem Rohr. Another one by him that...
Yeah, great guy. I'm glad that he, real great guy.
Yeah, y'all connected.
I'm blessed, man. Whatever the word is, you know, it's like things are just working out for me. They really are.
So 4 movies.
So yeah, and another one was
4.
well,
That's
so
all that.
okay, this is cool because The Rush was one of these things where I was literally just going to work on it doing production work.
Okay.
Someone who was supposed to read for one of the characters wasn't there, so I read for them. And the next day, he was like, I made a mistake in front of everybody. Like, stopped the whole production. He's like, just want everybody to know I made a mistake. I didn't cast Mike as this guy. He was like, I wish I could, but I can't because it's already done. And then a week goes by. He called me. He's like, the other guy's out. You're in. So
Nice,
I got a major role. I played a main villain in
shout
this
out
film,
him
which
for
is
that.
crazy. And then the other
Big
one
shout out
was
to
with. Thank you. It's hard to take these in because I'm like, you know, I
Big
appreciate
shout
what you
out.
guys are saying, but like I just want to get through like whatever. But and then the other one was a film that Black the Nerd just did with Buzz. Heem was in that one as well, and that's called Access. And I'm just an extra, but my job was to be the angry guy at the bank, which wasn't hard for me to get into that role. So that was pretty easy.
Now, is any of these movies out to be watched?
Almost. Probably by the time this gets out, Mistransaction should be on
Okay.
Amazon Prime. Porch Pirate you can see on YouTube.
Okay.
So if you go to Baby Goblin Productions, because if you type in Porch Pirate, you're going to see all kinds of ring cameras and people getting with baseball bats and all kinds of stuff. So go to Baby Goblin Productions, and then so you can watch Porch Pirate.
Okay.
And then all the rest they're coming out this year. From what I've
Gonna
been
be on TV.
Congratulations,
bro.
man. So
Thanks, man.
it looked like
Congratulations, yes.
comedy kind of opened the door for everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. One last thing. Yeah, comedy did open the door. I was also in a Batman sketch. All right, and
Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't want to give it away, but the title
Tell us about
it's
that.
called Batman Gets Shot in the Face. And if you just think Batman Gets Shot in the Face, type it in YouTube. It's a 10-minute film that Dorian did, same guy that did Porch Pirate. So it's another Baby Goblin Productions. That's it. Yeah. So you'll see that, and you'll see Porch Pirate if you go to Baby Goblin Productions on YouTube.
Okay.
But Batman gets shot in the face, and I play a villain, and it's amazing.
I gotta go check that out.
Yeah,
That
do.
sounds
It's a
crazy.
lot of fun.
And that's on
That's on YouTube. Yeah, that
okay.
one's on YouTube as well. So yeah, comedy for sure opened the door. It really did. I have to give it all the credit that it deserves but it's one of these things where when you put yourself in the center of attention, people are gonna look at you. Like there's an
Right.
expression: you light yourself on fire, people come watch you burn. Right? Don't really do that, but I did that in a sense. And where else can you get a spotlight on you, a microphone so that you're louder than everybody, and they're forced to hear you? Stand-up comedy.
Right.
So they've got to pay attention to you. Even if you suck, they're going to watch you, but somebody's going to like something that you said or whatever. And, not that like every producer just goes to like, and sits in the back, but like people are out doing stuff.
Right.
Right.
So the next thing, check this out, right? So now you got filming. You do that too. So you take pictures. You know what I mean? You do videos. Like,
Right.
when did that come into play? I mean, you got actor, you do the comedian, and then you do that too. So at what time did you say, all right, I want to do videos and I want to, do production and get into that lane too?
I did, so I mean, like I said, even before, like, I would film events and I would just kind of put stuff together just because I was there and, I like covering stuff. As far as comedy goes, I started doing comedy skits with a couple of friends of mine and would film them. And, I had some hired guns. Shout out to Lawrence Arnell. They came in, did like a lot of the video production and helped out with most of it.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm like listening and learning and watching it happen. I'm like, I could, like Frank Lucas does shit. I could just go straight to get all this stuff on my own and just, cook it myself. So that's kind of what I started doing. So it was just always there.
Okay.
And then just getting cooler equipment and, just being alive in 2024. Like, I mean, we were talking about this before. Rewind back to 1984. Could you imagine us trying to we wouldn't have all the same exact bells and whistles and
Right.
things that we're able to do now. So.
For sure.
I wasn't alive.
We know.
That was only one.
We know.
You was 10?
Never.
Hey,
84?
84.
Never. I was 23 years old. Yeah. This dude crazy.
He was born in 1934.
I was twice
I
your
was
age.
10.
I was twice your age.
He said
Twice?
Yeah.
I was 6.
Yeah.
I was twice his
Oh,
age.
okay.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
said I was 10.
we still
He's
young.
crazy.
We still, we're still young out here.
He said I was 10. Like, I'm just me, Martin Luther King, everybody just go to school together. Like, this dude is wild,
The
man.
grades is showing.
Walking with Martin.
I didn't make them. I had to pacify.
I heard it was originally
was
your
out there.
dream. He stole it.
It was true.
Well, dreams don't have no deadline, so.
It was called the Uncle Shields
Listen,
dream, and he
that
ran down the
definitely
street.
sound like one of his lines back in the
Yeah,
day.
but that did happen.
I'm pretty sure.
I was sitting there writing some stuff down. He came in, and he walked back out, and then he just had a whole movement. Stole my shit.
So you like 46, 47 around that
Yes.
age.
Right around there.
What was
The only
the
reason I
age?
say right around there is because it hasn't
Right.
changed yet as of recording, but by the time this comes out, yeah.
Right.
Lord willing, I'll be 47.
What year did you start? Like how old was you when you started stand-up comedy?
30. 2000. The end of 17 is when I first touched the stage.
Okay.
So however old
That's
I
when you was hosting? Or
39.
39.
Yeah, there you go. That's when I first went up and did stand-up comedy, like, at open mics. And I think it was, like, towards the end of the year, and I only did a handful, like, over a course of a few months. But
Dreams don't got no deadlines, right?
They don't.
39,
No, they don't. No, absolutely not.
39,
Showing you that.
started
You see,
stand-up
get up
comedy.
there at 39, like, look,
4
I'm
movies.
funny now. That's right, 4 movies.
You know?
That's how you do it. Yeah, I'm funny now.
in that case, so yeah, I mean, I've been doing comedy 7. This is year 7, I
man.
think. Fuck no, this will be year 8.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you got 8 years in.
Yeah, this will be year 8.
Now you're a veteran.
And then the movies came in, just like over the past year and a half. So,
So we asked everybody, you like being an actor or you love being a stand-up comic?
They're so different because, so being an actor, so I can say I played I played a villain, and come on, we all grew up watching villains, and the cool thing about a villain is like, the villain doesn't think they're the villain; they think they're the shit. They think they're the righteous one, right? So, I got to play that, and it's different because like you have to get dressed up like, it's not me. But I get to dive into, villains that I've watched growing up as a kid or
Right.
like through movies and stuff like that. So it really is fun to like play, make, pretend and goof around. That's the pro to it. The con, and you can just lose yourself. Like you just take yourself out of the equation. You just kind of get lost in this character. And even like when the camera's off, like, just messing around, like,
Right.
Okay.
jokingly bossing people around when the camera's off and shit like that. That's fun. But like the downside to it is at the end of the shoot, it's over. There's once it's done, it's done. Think about everybody that has to show up, the cameras, carrying everything there, everyone coordinating their schedules together. So once the shot's done, it's done. You drive home thinking, it's over. That was as funny as it's ever going to be. That's it. Stand-up comedy, I get to go relax, be myself, dress like I dress,
Right.
Be myself. I'm not losing myself into a character. It's really me up there. My material is really about my life and my experiences. And the advantage is if the joke just doesn't feel right on the ride home, I can try it again right at the next following night or at the next show that I'm going to. So jokes are weird because they evolve. Like musicians, when they make a song, they record it, they're done, that's it.
Gotcha.
It's out. Same thing with a movie. And so that's the difference between the two, but they're both fun as hell.
How do you go in to write your jokes? Like how you just sit down and just think of shit? Or...
Yeah, great question.
What I do is I sit down in a room and I lock the door.
Okay.
And I get a book. I let it it's one of these things where
I mean, some people does do that.
eventually it gets to that, but like the birth of it for me is when anything happens, whether it passes my ears, my brain, my eyes, and I go, there's something funny there.
I'm gonna write that down.
So I just jot.
Right.
I drop more than like 3 words because sometimes I'll look and I'll be like, what was chicken feathers in a... What does that even mean? What was I trying to say there?
Right.
And I don't remember. So, I mean, I'll jot down like a gist and then leave it and then come back to it. And then I go back to that metaphorical room where you lock the door and like I'll just go through and, and then refine a joke.
Right.
But the real meat and potatoes is going up on stage, trying it. If they crack up, it works.
I was just about
You
to
evolve
ask
on
you.
it. If they don't crack up, it doesn't work yet or it's shit. So you try it 1 or 2, 3 more times, and then if it doesn't work, then you throw it away.
Right. Okay.
Or, so that comes back to the last question. That's the difference where it's just like, it didn't work. Can I try it again?
So you ever
what I
been
mean?
booed before?
Booed.
Like, get him out of here. I ain't
No.
laughing at that.
Not with stand-up comedy. No, not with stand-up comedy. I've been booed out of the room for a different reason, but that was
What
that
other
was.
reason?
We'll come to that. We'll come to that.
Yeah.
But
If
it's
it was for recording,
all right. So here, I'll
y'all
just tell you.
y'all crazy.
So my
What other reason would
If it
it
was,
be?
if it was for recording, y'all crazy.
So a friend of mine, Vinny Paz, he's in the group Jedi Mind Tricks. A long ass time ago, he was on stage at the Truck sold out show, night before Halloween.
Oh, shit. Halloween.
Halloween. So I was going to be, and I was building up to be this Halloween character already. So finding out that the show was the night before, I was like, yo, I got my costume, I got the look. I'm going to just come to the show as the character. And he's like, do whatever you want. Because he knows his crowd and his audience better than I do. I know his crowd and his audience, but they're his crowd and his audience.
Right.
So he's like, sure, do whatever you want. So I come to the show, and just like always, I was always backstage and hanging out with them and goofing off. But I came to the show dressed as and in character as Borat.
Okay.
Yeah, like grew the beard out and then shaved everything but the mustache that day. I bought a shitty ass looking suit, and it was working. It was fun, and then I got up on stage, and the crowd just wasn't feeling it. And it's a
Right.
Philly crowd.
Okay.
So they were just like, boo, get the fuck off stage. So
They might have been ready for
niggas
you.
is crazy.
they,
They might have been
they,
ready.
they were ready with water bottles. They were ready with everything that they had in their pockets that they could throw at me.
They was throwing shit at you?
Oh, yeah. It
Oh,
was a
shit.
Philly fucking crowd.
They ain't
For a
throwing
hardcore rap show. Yeah, they were.
I'm picking up all them quarters. Like,
There wasn't any time. There's an expression called picking up pennies in front of a steamroller.
So
That's
at that
what would've
point,
been like.
what kind of reaction did you give them once they start booing you and throwing stuff?
I did
and all that?
exactly what's the capacity at the truck? If it's, I don't know what the number is, but let's just say it's 3,000. I did exactly what 3,000 screaming people would do to anybody. I got off stage and I fucking left.
Right.
I didn't leave the event. Like I went back and hung out with everybody in the back. Like, yeah,
Y'all got it.
It seemed like they didn't want me there. So I
got the
obliged.
message. I got the message.
Yeah.
But you know what's so crazy because
It ain't stopped you.
it didn't stop. It didn't stop you.
It didn't tickle my heart,
Right.
but it didn't stop me either.
Right. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
That's the good thing about.
How long
you know
did it
what I
take
mean?
you to get back on stage after
Well,
that?
so I wasn't performing. Oh, and by the way, I came back to the truck the next night because that's where the Halloween show was. So 24 hours. So I mean, I literally came back the next
you
night
wasn't
dressed
worried
as
about
dude, like
And then you didn't get that same reaction.
No, because it was a Halloween party and I was supposed to be dressed in a costume.
Okay, I got you.
The night before, I wasn't supposed to be dressed in a
Okay, got
costume.
you, got you, got
and they weren't
you.
ready for it. you know?
Right.
So
Wrong time.
wrong time.
Yeah.
Wrong time. I showed up a little too early.
Yeah, early.
No, but
Just
but
a
yeah.
little
So, but I wasn't like performing or doing comedy or anything like that, or even thinking about it. So it wasn't
Okay.
like one of these things where I was like defeated.
Right.
Right.
But ever since you've been doing comedy,
Because I had to go back and work construction the next morning, so I didn't give a fuck. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So it was like,
See, a lot of people be discouraged from stuff like that, getting booed off stage and stuff like
It-
that. Can
yeah.
ruin people's dreams just off of one,
Sure.
Right.
one show like
Sure.
that. So.
cause a lot of people, they always just think, I'm about to go up here and tell these jokes and everybody gonna laugh, and then when people don't be laughing,
I mean,
just looking. Cause I have been to a comedy show and people be outside talking. Yeah, I'm about to have everybody on the ground, and then I see their face when they say a couple Jones motherfuckers be like, Philly don't play. You really gotta say something. 'Cause everybody day here crazy. So you really gotta make us laugh. Like, I didn't argue with my baby mom. Had to go see my mom at the hospital. I got 13 kids, nigga. You not funny.
like, what are you going to tell
Right.
me that's
What
going
are
to
you
make my
about
day
right?
better?
This gotta
Yeah.
make our day. So I seen here personally shows where I be like,
They say
it ain't gonna get. It ain't gonna
being a
get it,
comic
bro.
is a real hard job.
Yeah,
Like
it is.
you basically like, oh, I'm gonna tell you some jokes. I'm gonna make you laugh.
Right.
And you just sitting there like,
Just like I said, yeah.
go ahead. I'm waiting for you to make me laugh. You're
And
not
then-
even trying to
right.
laugh. It's just like, I want to see
Right.
what you got.
And then you got
Know what I
people
mean?
really they know you funny, but they so hard they gotta act like it ain't. Know what I mean, so now you look like nigga. I done practiced that joke for 4 years. I know that's. I mean, like you, no nigga. You know what I'm saying? Dang, I don't like that. That's what I'm saying. So how do you take stuff like that, or you just keep it flowing?
Just keep it flowing. They're going to break.
Okay.
Everyone breaks.
Okay.
Everyone breaks. You just got to find it. That's all.
Hey, do you agree it's difficult as a difficult job, a task?
Not when I've worked, at like pipe bending factories and other places, and you know what I mean. There's still people that are still stuck
Right.
at like $9 an hour, lifting boxes and shit like that. No, it's not that kind of hard job. The hard part is, I don't know. I guess just still keeping showing up and making sure that like, every time I'm around it, it's fun. Every time I do it, it's fun. It's not like it's hard work to me. You know what I mean?
And that just
If the
been-
crowd's not into it, then I leave.
that's just been you though,
Right.
right? You're being you.
I'm being me. There's the one time that the crowd so when Roe v. Wade got overturned a couple years ago, I have a joke about Roe v. Wade. Okay, and I told it that day, and to a crowd of people that were mostly protesting in New York City in a very leftist liberal. I'm not one of these guys, but like just to describe it, it was a very leftist liberal bar. Like they
Right.
weren't feeling anything that
Right.
was like they were literally outside protesting in the heat all day because this major case just got overturned. And I told my Roe v. Wade joke that day, and I was just like, they were like, "Ooh, a little too soon." Like you could just feel the energy from the crowd.
Right,
and I was
right.
like, "All right, well, listen, if this plane's going down, we're crashing quickly." So I hit him with another a joke about Trump and just something else, and I was just like, "All right, time to go.
You know, it's
Time to go."
Time to go.
That's it.
Right. Excellent.
Another lesson from Ray.
Right.
My name is Mike Salvi. Good night. That's it. If it ever goes to gets to that point, that's all you got to say.
And
I
try
saw an
to,
interview
like-
with Dave Chappelle, and they said what happens when you bomb? Nothing. Because it's true. Nothing.
Right.
literally nothing because it's quiet. They're not laughing. You just move on to the next thing.
Yeah, they say I just come back tomorrow. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, even he got
yeah.
booed.
Yeah. I saw that. And and right now, he like the top comedian right now to me. You know what I mean? Because all his jokes be real. Like, them the kind of comedians I like. Yeah, so.
He just talk shit to you. He
Yeah,
talk real
but
shit.
like, yeah, he be
It's
honest
funny as
though.
hell.
He real honest about it.
Now, are most of your, when you got an acts and all that, are they mostly all written?
What?
Do you write
Oh,
everything?
my
You write
material?
everything?
Yeah, so there's written material that, there's a certain amount that's up here that I'll pull from.
Okay.
But at the same time, too, like, you're connecting with people. So it's not just like you coming up to just do performance. If that was the case, you might as well just, shine a projector up on the wall. You know what I mean? Right. Have like a video that you've done. Like, this is, there's me performing. What do you guys think? Right. So it's an intimate connection with them. So talking to them for a little bit of crowd work, walking into a joke where, I might already have something written about a certain topic that might happen from, something that was said in the crowd or whatever. So, yes, I'll never just go up and wing it.
Okay.
But I've always got stuff too. And it comes back to, like, reading the crowd, too. So they do nuclear testing upstairs, don't worry. So it just depends on the crowd, too. Like, if it just seems like it just could need a pickup, I'll jump into something else or whatever, Or break from material. That's what's cool. It's just you up there. Like, I guess this is the hard part about stand-up comedy. There's no backup dancers.
Right.
I don't have a lead guitarist I can point to and be like, take it away, G. Like, that doesn't happen.
Right.
But you can do your
All
comedy
eyes
like
on me the whole time I'm up there.
Right.
3 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever it is, all eyes on me. And it's my job to keep you guys just interested. Mm-hmm. You took off. You're here. You could be anywhere. You could be home watching, Squid Games again. You know what I'm saying? But you're here. Right. So it's like, I want this to be worth it for you. I want to get hired again. I want to get booked again.
You gotta get Mike on the Tubies.
Tubies. Mike's coming on the Tubies.
Soon.
Mike will be on the Tubies soon.
So when is the special coming out? The Mike Salvi special.
Oh, that's
the comedy special. It's due.
What do you say, King Bull? 2016, 2026.
I was going to say that joint old.
All right,
2026.
2026.
Looking for it.
The reason why I say that is because
somewhere.
You're gonna be the biggest comedian in Philadelphia.
Well, so regardless of where how big I am wherever, I'm the shit. I'm hilarious on stage. I'm great at what I do.
Well, your name Mike.
It is.
That's
right.
fine too. That's fine.
Come on now.
I already know.
Yeah. Murray's and George's are great, but Mike's.
I gotta add you to the list. You know what I mean? Yeah. We gotta add the Mikes to the list. Yeah.
But when's a special coming out? To me, a special is definition of a special. It's a 45-minute to plus like comedy show, right?
So it has to be 45 minutes.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you want to see it. It could be 30.
It can. Okay.
Have you ever?
I'm learning from you. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
It can be 30 minutes though. I'm sorry, Jay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It can be, but all right. So maybe we'll do 30.
I don't know if I got
regardless of how.
I might. No, I'm thinking about me. I don't think I got 45. That's why I'm asking.
To tell something, trying to keep somebody.
I got an hour if I can just tell the truth. Like a David Chappelle. I'm just saying not to take it off Mike. Yeah, I think I can give you an hour of honesty. But like if I gotta go somewhere and I gotta water shit down, no, I ain't gonna be it. I know that. Not me.
You're funny, but see the thing. You're funny, but you're not a stand-up comedian. So what I would want to give, what you would want to give to an audience, what would you expect from a stand-up comedy special? Whether it's 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 90 minutes, right? You'd expect a story. You'd expect them to make you laugh. You'd expect it to keep your attention. So that's what you would get. So for me, why I say 2026, because it would take a good 12 months to make sure that all these jokes are like worked out, right,
facts,
ready to be recorded, like in a in the right setting and all that shit. And then by the time with excellence doing the production, we can have this joint out in a couple days.
So is that how some comedians carry? Like I'm just saying, like rappers, like right now, if somebody would come in and be like, "Yo, I got a show in an hour, Mike. I need you." You'll be able to just go right now.
Sure.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So you always keep jokes like in the tuck.
Stay ready. You ain't gotta get ready.
Yeah, true. Yeah, no, and that's real. But people be rapping and you go get them, and then I'm just saying they might need time. Or some comedians might be like, you know what, I can't go right now. You gotta give me
Me.
3 hours, 2 hours.
I can't do it right off the whim. I
You couldn't
gotta
know.
already be.
Oh, okay, right. I got you. See,
If I ain't been on stage in a minute, you can't just book me.
Right.
I ain't ready.
I got you. See, look, now that's honest. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people, right now, I'm funny. I ain't that funny right now. You gotta give me
So watch,
tomorrow, right?
if you were to book me for something, which you did last year, so when you booked me
I'm
for the
gonna book you
Synergy show,
again.
so I know you will. I trust you will. I was gonna say that. So I knew what I was getting booked for, and I knew when I was going up. So
Right.
I went up on stage a couple of times
Facts.
before that. Showed up here and there just to knock some of the rust off or whatever, or just to make sure I was like, as best prepared and whatever. And that's how it'll go. If you tell me you got a show in an hour, there better be some good money on it, because I don't just bounce. Like, I'm probably got something to do within the next 2-3 hours. You know what I mean? But
Okay, got you.
I will. No, I'm always ready. There's always stuff to go where it's just like.
So, if you had to book a show out of all the comedians in Philly, you and Buzz, if you had to pick 2 more people, who would you like to do a show with?
Who would I like to do a show with?
Here. I'm pretty sure, like, famous people. I'm pretty sure you got a lot of them, but I'm saying, in our neighbors locally right now, who would you love to do a show with? If you and Buzz was already booked and you had to pick 2 other people, who would you put on that roster?
Are they? Is one headlining? Is it open?
No, no matter.
Just
Yeah,
on the show.
Yeah,
Right.
This one.
Damn. There's so many in the
Right,
past,
it
whatever,
is.
but
There's a lot of funny people here. I will
There
say
are.
that.
there are. But what I'd say in the past year, so look, I've worked with Dom Dukes a lot in the past year, but
Okay.
never once on stage, and it bothers me because, he'll tell you he's not a stand-up comic,
He
but
told
he's
me
a
last
fucking
night.
stand-up comic. He just doesn't. Either he doesn't see it, doesn't admit it, or but he's going through. What I say is he's like still going through the motions, because I see him up on stage and I see him evolving or whatever. But and he's just funny as shit off the top. But he's even funny with other jokes that he's told already. So I would want to. Who would I like to do a show with?
Right.
I'd like to do a show with him, just because I've been working with him all year.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm gonna say Dom Dukes and Toure. I would put Toure as the headliner.
Yeah.
Like no
Toure,
question
my
about
guy,
it,
yeah.
because
He's a good dude.
I've never been on a booked show with him yet. Toure is hands down in my top 3,
All right,
even if I didn't know the guy.
Get Mike.
So
Toure.
before we go into any of that, but I'm just saying, like, so it would be cool as shit to be able to do a show with him. So yeah, so Toure and Dom Dukes and me and Buzz.
Yeah, that'd be a great
February
show.
14th. No.
Yeah, it's Valentine's Day.
So is
Get that
is
swing on by
anybody
G.
when you was getting into the comic, anybody that you emulated, somebody you wanted to be like or you looked up to in the comic world?
Yeah. So my here we'll transition into this. My top 3. This really is after all this time. But Red Fox, Joey Diaz, and Toure. No question about it.
That's an interesting list, right?
It is an interesting list.
Red Fox.
Yeah, Red's a
Say,
monster.
say it again. Who else? Yes.
Red Fox, Joey Diaz.
Joey Diaz, who that?
Yeah, Cuban guy from Jersey. You'll know him when you see him.
I
He was
seen-
in Spider-Man 2. This is his most
Yeah, I seen
famous
some of
movement.
his
Where
I'm trying to think who that is too, but I think
I'll
I've
show you
heard
his
him
face.
before.
But he's a hilarious comic. He's got a podcast called The Church of What's Happening Now. He's a funny ass dude.
Okay.
But I think the reason why I love him so much is because he reminds me of my uncles, like kind of all combined into one. My Uncle Jimmy, shout out to you. But he reminds me of him a lot too, and he's just this like tough like North Jersey, like not Italian, but like he's got that feel to him too. So, but
That
yeah.
guy on Rogan.
Fat guy on Rogan. Yeah, the fat guy you
Okay.
always see with Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
That guy, yeah. So
Joe Rogan blew up too.
yeah, he did. Joe's really funny too.
Joe Rogan
There's a lot
blew
of
up.
funny ass comics that are out there, man. But so if there's nobody I really tried to emulate other than just kind of watching people just kind of do their own thing. Like Dave Chappelle is very funny. But he's got this like this the way he talks has
Right.
always just been locked up. Man,
Yeah,
like
yeah, Dave
so
Chappelle, yeah.
one of the things that I didn't like, it's not that I copied that, but like if anything I would try to like have like a main consistent rhythm like in the beginning, so that
Okay.
maybe I would try to sound, and then after a while all that shit just kind of goes out the window, and then your voice and yourself just kind of happens as you're.
Yeah, because he kind of switched up a little bit too. He's not
Yeah.
the same comic that he was before.
Oh no,
Yeah.
yeah.
But that worked for him before as well. They both worked.
But it's
Facts.
life. I mean, you're not the
Right.
same man you were when you were
Yeah,
16. So
right, till
you know
you-
he's.
yeah.
But in his craft, I mean, Christ, I know welders that are like that sucked in the beginning, but are
Right.
phenomenal now, right?
Right.
You know, and it's the evolution of your craft. So, just so happens more people like
Hey,
stand up comedy than
And
welders.
you say you grew up in the north side of Philly.
Yeah. Cheltenham now. So.
Everybody can see you being the white guy.
Yeah.
How was that? You being the funny guy.
He white?
Like you,
Oh shit! Cut the show, dog. Oh shit!
He found out.
God, this nigga white. I said it.
It's over.
This nigga white.
Oh my God.
nigga white.
Yeah. What?
This is a
Bro,
part of
this
the
whole time I
conversation
thought
where
you
I
was the
have
brother.
zero say.
We had to go to
Common
another
ground.
mic. We had got I thought this was brother Mike. Yeah, but of course. So you grew up.
How
with
was it being a white guy?
Yeah, and
It's
being
awesome.
the comic, being
It's
the funny
amazing
guy as
being
well.
white. You know how many red lights I run? No, it's
I mean, yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, because you know they're gonna stop us.
How is it like
They
being
just
white?
let you go. They're like, be safe out here, fella.
They're like, hey, make sure you help me with
I know,
Afterpay.
and like the reason I feel like I have to explain it to you
Yeah.
guys because I don't think you go through this.
Yeah.
It's just it's
Yeah, that's not true.
No,
They
it's
pull you over like, yo, can you help me get back on my gram?
So here's
It's for us. Get out.
I don't ever address it. But it's
Excuse me.
Let's say I don't address it. I address it, but it barely comes up. Somebody will always point it out. Here's what I can say. I'm very careful when I walk these lines and say certain things, but I will say that the most common thing that all black people have said to me that I've never met before is, "You white, but you ain't white white." That's all. That's
Yeah,
like,
no, I get it.
I've heard that
I get it.
everywhere. I don't
Right.
necessarily agree because again, I've gotten pulled over so many times and I've gotten like 2 tickets. It's horrible.
Right,
now,
right.
it's an injustice. Now, stop signs aren't real to me.
Right.
It's just
I
like,
get it.
what-
Not real. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, Buzz is like, are you gonna what? What word are you saying? No. Yeah. Look, I mean, I don't know, man. I've just always been around like everybody.
Right.
Just been me. I will say that I think that, and this was even before I started skateboarding too. But like I skated, and I skated down at Love Park. Shout out to Stevie Williams if you ever heard of DGK. That's me, like the big company, clothing company or whatever, skateboarding company.
Yeah.
Stands for Dirty Ghetto Kids, because that's what we were. We were the squad. Like we just hung out like off to the side, like we smoked a bunch of weed and we were nasty, and we all shared like the big when Wawa's iced tea was $1 and this big, and like
bring everybody together.
that was a big part of it too.
Yeah. It do.
And it was just like one of these things where like people really
definitely
didn't
do.
see what you looked like. They just can you?
Yeah, I don't understand that now. Right.
It's just strange.
People just judging you from what they look like. They stupid.
No, you mess with your friends and whatever and all that stuff and whatever, but all that shit. But I mean, so I don't know. I was just always comfortable being around everyone, everywhere. I've been put in crazy ass, situations. I was telling you last week. I was at when I was younger. A friend of mine, shout out to Blackity, rest in peace, took me to this bar on Ridge Ave, and I was the only one. Like
Right.
I was it. It was just me. So he brings me in.
Now that might be.
And it was one of these situations
where.
where, like, when they write this in the, like, this is what happened. Like, the record scratch. Whole crowd, bar full of black people. And this real big girl stood up. And she stared at me and, like, she goes, "What's up with you, shorty?" And I was like, "Nothing. What's up with you, Biggie?" The whole place just started laughing. And they were like, and then Black was like, "See, I told you he's cool. Let's go." We walked in, we hung out.
Right.
It's just one of these things where it's not. It only came from, "Oh my God, this is an awkward moment. What's the funniest thing I can say right now?" And it just worked. And I'm very honest with people about how I feel about a lot of situations, and they see that.
And it's so crazy that
he's so
you was
cool
able
like
to
that.
you was able to be in that room and say what's up Biggie to somebody and they didn't get offense to that shit.
I mean, real grown ups don't. They know,
No,
all right, he
but like-
cool. But you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
You
Normally,
Motherfucker lose their
you
mind.
talk about the position he's in,
Right.
the only one in the room, he
Right.
was able to say, "What's up with you, Biggie?"
Right.
I
It's
trust.
crazy.
Here's the thing. So let's just flat out say, black
comedy for
people.
you.
Let's make some general statements. I think black people in general are a lot cooler because they put up with a lot more. and they're a lot more tolerant when it comes to, you know, just like rough things in life, right? So I kind of trusted in the fact that I can say this.
It ain't gonna make
Right. I don't say nothing horrible.
You didn't,
Right. You know what I mean?
It
But
shouldn't
I can
be,
say
man.
this. It's funny. I'm either going to get rushed out of here. My car's right there. I got auto start because I'm white. Right. So I'll be out. You know what I mean? So.
He said, I'll be out. I will be out.
Stop laughing back there, Buzz.
He said, I will be out. He said, yo, hit the chirp button. Do. Motherfucker. Biggie look like she about
Up
to
in
come
the
over
window
here.
like Batman.
Biggie look like she about to come over here.
Yeah, it's going to take her a little longer than to get to me
Right.
than I can run. I'm little.
You
Look at me. So I'm out.
drop a
Now,
burger.
do you kind of push the envelope when you write for your jokes? You kind of, a lot of people don't touch certain subjects like political or even race.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Do you kind of push the envelope, or you just stay neutral? Yeah.
Just to the point where it's like, as long as it's funny. Like, I'm not out to piss anybody off. I'm not out to hurt anybody. I just want everybody to have a good time. So, sometimes, you know, when you get close to the envelope and you push it like a little bit, you know what I mean? Like right to the edge, sure.
Or do you go? Or do you prepare like, oh, I'm gonna be in Arkansas. I'm gonna stay right here. You know what I mean? These jokes. This is where I'm gonna be. It depends where you at as well.
Well, so I was in Texas,
Okay.
and I was like, it was Austin, but it's still Texas, right?
Right.
So like they say, Austin's like a lot more like a you know, much more of a progressive city, but there's still signs everywhere in Austin. Don't move here. Don't come here. Like, and I see them everywhere. So like, I addressed it. Like, I show up in Austin looking like me. I got on black Air Force Ones, like white T-shirt, a backwards Phillies hat. Like,
Right.
I don't look like I'm
Black
from
forces.
there at all, right? So, and they know that. So as soon as I get up on stage, that's like the first thing I address. I'm like, I'm just a visitor. I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm not fucking hanging out. Don't worry. I'm not moving here. It's just like, and it addressed that like, oh yeah, we do treat people like, don't fucking stay here.
Right.
So I don't know, but then it's, and now they know I'm not from there. They know I'm not. So I can't pretend to be from there. So like, you know, now I'm that experience from like, I'm their northerner.
Right.
Oh, it's a big city guy. You know what I mean? Even though I'm in a big city, but I don't know. So no, I don't really. It's just me.
Okay. Just being yourself
Yeah,
everywhere you go.
sure.
Yeah.
So give me your top 5. Or give me your top 5 comedians.
He gave us 3.
Okay,
Right,
so
give us
but
3.
to go
2
back,
more?
I'll give you I'll give
did
you a
give
couple
us 3.
more and some
Right, he
some
did
honorable
Red
mentions,
Fox
but
was name right.
yeah,
Okay.
Red Fox
I
for
just
sure.
wanted to-
Yeah, Joey Diaz, Toure, Paul Mooney was just.
Yeah.
I got to see him live once
Okay.
at Helium, and God, he was so good.
He just passed recently.
Yeah, within the past few
he
years.
passed, yeah. Jordan.
And shout out to his family. Shout out to his daughter, because I screened one of his stand-up sets live online a couple years ago, and I promoted it. And it was all I was doing was just reposting the YouTube page. But she hit me up and was like as the company, they're like, if you're showing Paul Mooney stuff, like, you know, this is copywritten material. And I'm like, no, I'm not making any money off of it. Like, we had a conversation. She was like, oh, it's good, it's cool. So shout out to you. But yeah, Paul. That's not why, but Paul Mooney, for sure. That was just so damn funny, man.
Paul Mooney was one of the ones too. Yeah, he was a real joke teller.
Yeah, there's a lot. I thought about this, but I don't know, George Carlin for sure. Just because like his evolution of comedy too. He was like this crazy ass wild cokehead in the beginning, and then just kind of like calmed down and became a lot more like. Even though he was political, he didn't give a shit about politics. Like he has this whole bit about like don't vote. So it's like it's not that he's like helping people like drive a political agenda, but you know he. So to me, that's amazing that you can still talk about like politics, for instance, without worrying about pissing anybody off or trying to drive an agenda either way. So yeah,
I like that.
Mike.
Mike, man, you all that, man. You know, so you know how this goes. It's game time.
let's go.
So
This I'm
since
looking
you've been
Game
around
time.
the game so long with us, since it got made, I have a whole lot. I'm just gonna be throwing at you
Okay.
back and forth. I got some what's in there. I know you don't remember one, and I didn't get no response, so I got one of them in there. I seen a couple shows. I wanted to get a better response from everybody, so I threw that in there. But I got a lot of joints for you, Mike. So we
Okay.
because you that guy. Like I said, you've been around, you've been recording it, so I know you're a comedian. So we're gonna start there, and then of course we're gonna jump around with it. But all right. So you already know you're going to a comedy show. They writing you out, but you only get to go to one. So it's a tag team one. So you got Jamie Foxx and Sinbad, or you got Steve Harvey and Eddie Griffin.
What? Can I cut myself in half? This
No.
is ridiculous. Wait a minute.
Show they bringing Steve Harvey back. Cause you a comedian, right? Yeah, like I said, I got you.
I'm just going to watch the show. Am I on the show?
No, you just
No,
going
I'm
to
just
watch.
going to
today.
watch.
On this one, you just watching. You just getting a ticket.
So listen, I'm not a Steve Harvey hater because I watch Family Feud and Correct the Fuck Up. But when you said Steve Harvey, I was like, I'm probably not going to this one.
Right.
Then you put Eddie Griffin.
He
Yeah.
fucked it up with that.
Good.
He
What's
fucked
wrong
it
with
up.
you?
'Cause now it
Who was
make-
the other two?
It'll make you now think about
You
going.
forgot who the
Yeah,
other
I
two-
did. It was who else? Mike Epson, Bernie.
No, Mike Epson, Sinbad.
Mike Epson's.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx and
No, excuse me, Jamie Foxx and Sinbad. I'm sorry. You right.
You know what?
I'm looking at it.
I'm gonna go to. No, I'm gonna go to the other one. I'm gonna go to the fucking Steve Harvey show with Eddie Griffin.
Yeah, Eddie Griffin.
Yeah. Because Sinbad, you know, all due respect, he's not in good shape, and Jamie Foxx, you know, he just had the special and stuff. So
Real quick, did you like this
Eddie
special?
Griffin is the reason why I want to go to the show.
Right,
That's
Eddie
it.
Griffin
Like,
is funny,
and I would,
and they
you know,
underrate him.
Yeah, if Steve breaks out in some little Family Feud thing, I'll do backflips.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going.
What about you, Jake?
I'm gonna go with Steve Harvey and Eddie Griffin. I'm still a fan
You
of
know, I'm
Steve
waiting
Harvey.
on you, Murdoch. Tell me.
Kings of Comedy.
First of all, I don't want to see Steve Harvey.
I don't do it. No, he don't. Yeah, he's
I wanna
not
see
Steve Harvey
Steve
fan.
Harvey. I
Talking
want
He's
to
not.
see Eddie
That's why I said I
Griffin.
can't wait to ask you.
And I hope Jamie Foxx go first, so 'cause by the time Sinbad get up there, I can get the fuck up out of there. So yeah, I'm gonna go see Jamie Foxx. I'm not gonna see Sinbad because I'm not even gonna.
He
stay
wants
and see
Jamie
that
to go
shit.
first so he can leave.
If
And you'll-
Sinbad go first,
No, you have to
then
take
I'm
the
gonna
whole
come
show.
extra
There's no-
fucking late. So
No, because I would have showed up late to this to the Eddie Griffin show or whatever.
Excuse me,
I don't
Buzz.
early.
I want to see none of them motherfuckers.
It's a good one too. I love Eddie Griffin.
Yeah.
But Jamie goaded to me, so I, and I don't mind Sinbad, but like if I gotta see Jamie and Sinbad, then I'm going to see what Jamie Foxx is.
That's what I'm at.
Moon.
I ain't going.
He's staying home. I got COVID. I can't go.
He said, Hunk, I ain't going.
I got COVID.
Hey, yo, sell that ticket. I ain't going.
You gotta go to one.
Yeah, you gotta go
You
to
gotta go to
one.
one.
So is Jamie Foxx and who?
Sinbad.
Sinbad.
And the other one is who?
Steve Harvey.
Steve
Eddie
Harvey
Griffin.
and Eddie Griffin.
Come on, man. The Kings of Comedy.
Yeah, I'll probably say Jamie Foxx and Sinbad.
They're both hilarious, but I want to see Eddie.
He said the Kings of Comedy. You think Steve Harvey a Kings of Comedy?
Steve Harvey funny.
I'm not knocking. I said, do you think he a
I don't
King
know
of
about
Comedy?
now.
I'm not purchasing a ticket to go see fucking Steve Harvey.
Nah,
He gotta be on the ticket.
Don't
that
trip.
somebody else.
He ain't through with me yet. Was funny. I'm giving you that. But
He's funny to me.
okay, I'm giving you that. But I'm
not,
saying,
like you said, I'm not a Steve Harvey hater.
Not a
He
hater,
gets a lot of hate and flack and still enjoy.
no, I think he do good. But I don't. If they judge
I
me,
watched the Steve
I
Harvey
just
show.
wonder if
Are
he
you
would
gonna
get
buy
less
the ticket?
flack. I wonder if he would get less
I'll buy
flack
the
if he
ticket.
wasn't
So
doing like
Steve
them
Harvey
books.
coming to Philly,
My bad, bro.
you gonna go purchase a ticket to go see Steve Harvey?
If it comes with Eddie
No,
Griffin,
he's the headliner. Steve Harvey is the headliner. You're gonna go purchase a ticket to go see Steve
up?
Harvey.
depending on how I feel.
That
I don't
wasn't
know,
the
maybe It might.
question.
It
No.
might. I might. Yeah.
What's up, Buzz?
I might.
Let's be clear.
Steve funny.
Harvey caught that flack because he wrote that nut ass book.
Yeah. Why?
That's what I'm
Like a
saying.
man, yeah,
All
yeah.
the shit went left.
Yeah.
Not
That's
for
what I'm
me.
saying.
I
If he
just don't
wasn't
fuck
writing
with
the
him.
books and shit like that, he wouldn't cut his
I
much.
love comedy too much. Steve Harvey definitely.
Yeah,
funny.
he-
Yeah, I'm not knocking
I
that.
just love Jamie Foxx. Out of everybody
Right.
on name, Jamie Foxx don't even belong on the tier with the niggas.
Okay,
So,
okay.
I'm going to Jamie because
Okay.
he goated, and that's legendary for me to see.
All right, Mike. So you gonna be in the movie? So you gonna be in one with Bruce Willis and Cyclops, or Tom Cruise and Captain America?
Bruce Willis and Cyclops.
And you.
And
That's
me.
decent. That's
yeah,
decent.
absolutely.
He's gonna leave
It's gonna
Tom
be some,
Cruise
it's
out.
gonna be
What
some
he could
Philly
do.
shit.
You gonna you
He
gonna.
fucked up. I don't know if you gonna give
Oh,
you the
well,
movie,
he
though.
Listen, Bruce.
Die hard, die.
All Bruce needs to do is just sit in a chair.
Bruce Willis.
He just sits in the back. He doesn't have to say
Die
what
hard,
he
die.
Die hard, die, die.
New
Yeah,
movie. It's gonna be with
it's
Mike.
gonna be called Die Die with Cyclops and me,
Yeah.
the comedian. This is fucking crazy. That's a horrible. Poor Bruce. It's funny as shit.
Well, he can't.
but
He can't
damn,
go
that
die hard.
hurts my heart because I like Bruce.
Die
Willis.
hard, die. You know, he got Mike in it. I mean,
So
Gee,
it was
what?
Bruce Willis and Cyclops. You said?
yeah, Tom Cruise and Captain America.
Because I'm not doing anything.
'Cause I
with
know he
Tom
watched
Cruise.
Cruise.
Yeah, no, I'm good, man.
Oh, okay. You know.
I'm going Tom
You don't
Cruise.
think Tom Cruise is a good actor?
I don't care if he's a good actor.
I got
He's a
you.
weirdo.
Okay.
Fuck
Somebody
Tom
else said that
Cruise,
too.
You know what? He
bougie
should
ass.
have
Somebody
embraced.
on an
The guy's
interview
short,
said that. I
okay?
can't remember the guy's name, but somebody on the interview said that. Like, yo, the boy Tom Cruise a weirdo. I can't.
He just
I
seems
wish
like
I
a
could bring
weirdo.
up.
Didn't you ever see him jump on the couches with Oprah? And he stood on a milk crate for a movie shot.
Oprah let
Listen,
him
just
jump on the
be a
couch?
short ball
Yeah, she
or say,
tripping.
I can't do it. I'm not 6'3".
You jump on my couch. I
Don't
don't
do
care how much money you
Anyway,
got.
who
Get
else
your
we
feet
got?
off my couch.
Captain America.
What's his
Take his
name?
propaganda
You talking about the
elsewhere.
actor of Captain America, right?
Yes.
Or the cartoon
No,
character?
the cartoon Captain.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Nah, I want a better
I
Superman.
didn't understand what they was doing with that movie. Buzz, which one? Captain America.
Yeah, I'm
was
gonna go
lost
with
on
Captain America.
I'm going where Mike went. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to Bruce Willis.
that. Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis good.
Bruce Willis is the
And
man.
I always assume your questions are when they in good health.
Yeah, not now.
Right.
Not now.
Okay.
If no one's doing the
So
show,
prime.
sit
So we
back.
doing
Buzz,
prime.
you're right, Buzz.
You know?
Yeah.
Rest well, friend. What else we got? I'm trying not to look at these cards.
Oh, I got more for you.
Okay.
I forgot the wrong
I'm just trying
one.
not to glance. It's hard not to. You know?
All right. Rap concert.
Rap concert.
So they got you opening up.
They got me opening up at a rap concert. Now, we
Yeah.
already went through this before. It didn't go well as Borat. So let's see if
Right,
it goes
so
well,
now-
better as
Okay,
Mike
yeah, no
said.
costumes.
But,
No
but
costumes.
we're going to give you an old school one first.
Okay.
So you're going to open up for Scarface and Coogee Rap or Slick Rick and Busta Rhymes.
No, Scarface and Cool G Rap. Because Cool G Rap's in my top.
I don't know.
He's in my top 5.
Slick and Buster.
Definitely Slick and
for me.
Buster.
Well, I told you I got a whole great joint
Slick
for you.
was my
Could you
guy.
get it right?
Scarface
No.
and Cool G Rap.
I said
Because I
you
don't
got
wanna
old
see Coogee
school,
Rap.
You got what's the name,
You don't-
right?
Scarface cool, but Coogee
I'm
Rap.
saying that you going to
No.
you opening it up? That's what you
I mean,
opening
I'm
it
not mad
for?
at
Not
you.
on
Is that the question?
I'm riding with you.
Buster and what?
That you got Slick Rick and Busta Rhymes.
It can't- first of
That's
all-
the show. That's the show.
That's what I'm
that's the
saying.
show.
That's
Out of all
Dolly,
four,
Dolly.
I say I look at
Yeah, that's
all
the show.
four of the characters. So
got you.
I gotta look at all four of them. So
Facts.
Cool G Rap is the least out of all the four. So I had to go with the Buster.
Okay. You?
Yeah, no. Cool G Rap and
They some heavy hitters though.
Yeah.
They some heavy hitters for sure.
and Scarface.
G.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Oh, I'm going with Buster. Yeah, I'm going with Buster.
Buzz?
Yeah, I'm going with Buster.
It's a
Slick Rick put on a good show.
They do. It's an amazing
But
show.
Buster,
Yeah.
one of the best performers I've
Right.
seen.
I love
That
Slick
shit
Rick.
is crazy.
I
Now-
saw Buster
now,
perform. He's incredible.
Only reason I'd say Scarface and Coogee Rap, that's just gonna be some rapidy rap ass hip hop
Oh, yeah.
ass
It's a
backpack.
raw
There'll
ass
be
show.
no
Are you
bitches
kidding me?
In the audience.
It's gonna be a whole bunch of Timberlands
you.
and
I got you.
Yo, niggas
I got
gonna
you.
be
L's
this joint
everywhere.
Fucking just rapidy rap backpackety art.
Yup.
What's the mathematics of it? Like
Moon. Who you
Dutch
got,
guts
Moon?
everywhere. Hell yeah.
yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah.
talking. Yeah, that's what I want to
Buster
say.
and Slick,
You going to see
Lottie
Buster?
Lottie,
Okay.
you got
Yeah, go.
Rah-Rah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a crazy show.
Everywhere.
Now I threw this in because I heard Buzz say he was his favorite person. So we're gonna give you another one. You're gonna open up for another show. So you got the
got
Brat
talking about-
and Most Def,
The Brat and Mos Def.
or Lady Rage and Black Thought.
Oh, Black Thought and Lady Rage.
Okay.
That's done.
How about you, G? You got the Brat,
What's the question?
the Brat and Most Def,
It doesn't matter. It's Black
or
Thought
Lady,
versus
or Lady
anyone.
Rage and Black Thought. Yeah, look, I already
Black
know.
Thought could go up on there with a fire
I
hydrant.
know
I'm
that's
going to the
Buzz's
Black
favorite man.
Thought show.
That's why I got to throw his
Yeah,
name.
Sorry.
in there.
I'll go Black Thought. I'll go Black Thought.
Talk to me, Murdoch.
Definitely Black Thought.
Yeah.
I don't see nobody else but
You don't need to ask me
I
that.
already know.
Right.
Yeah. Boom. I know.
I'll answer for everyone. Thought. You crazy?
So now they're gonna do a remake in the movie. So you either gonna do American Me or Blood In, Blood Out.
They're not getting it.
I just don't want to get. I'm gonna get
That's shit. I'll go Blood In, Blood Out.
that was a great movie though. Like they both was great movies, but that one was a great movie.
Okay, I'll read you that one.
What was the other one?
American
Blood
Me.
In, Blood Out, or American Me. So which one you gonna? They gonna put Mike in one.
What's American Me?
Wasn't that the one where the boy was in the jail, right?
Yeah, when they took over the jail.
Yeah.
I seen a lot of movies. Niggas go to jail.
Every movie, every movie somebody goes to jail. but
Down there.
but Mike is playing in this one now. Every movie, you're right.
I'm gonna go with Blood and Blood Out just because I don't know American Me. Off the
Okay.
top.
Oh, you gotta watch that though, G. It is a good movie.
I might
Murder,
have seen
What's
it.
the movie?
American Me or Blood In, Blood Out. Which one you gonna see Mike in? I got him Locos Forever. Yeah. Yeah, Locos Forever. Yeah.
Yeah, Blood and Blood Out.
Yeah, I got him doing that.
All right.
Buzz,
I've never seen either.
stop playing.
I will now. I will take.
Yeah, we're
my
gonna
list,
watch
but I've
them.
never
They'll be
seen
put on the
Well,
list.
yeah, you guys smoke and watch Blood and Blood Out. That joint like 3 hours.
Yeah, John.
Yeah, real
Yeah,
talk.
excellent.
but it's good all the way. It's a good movie all the way
I'm
through.
gonna watch it like a
No, I
series.
seen it.
I watched that shit in 2 days.
Okay.
Right.
Move.
Moves.
I've never seen either one.
I grew up in Poppy Town, so every time I go over their house, they watching that same movie. That joint's on repeat.
Right. So they're gonna put you they're gonna put you in this movie cartoon.
Okay.
So you either gonna be with Will Ferrell and Beavis and Butthead or Steph Rogen in South Park crew.
No. Will Ferrell and Beavis and Butthead. Yeah.
I used to watch Beavis and Butthead.
I watch Beavis and
every
Butthead
day.
a lot. Yo, have you seen the newer
No,
ones?
I just found out that they
Oh.
are new.
Didn't
My
they
brother
drop a
called
new
me and
movie?
told me I used to watch it at
I think
the
I
house
didn't
all the
see
time
it
when
in
I
the
was a kid.
movie. The new series, it's hilarious. Yeah, but yeah, so Beavis and Butthead and Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell, you know what I watch anytime it's on is I watch Step Brothers and the other guys. I could watch them 1,000 times.
Step Brothers,
Will
yeah,
Ferrell,
I love that. Yeah, Step Brothers.
I'm not gonna hold you at the beginning. I was a Will Ferrell hater.
Were you?
Yeah.
In the beginning, so when I
Okay.
first got introduced
Why-
to him, he was just goofy, and
Yeah,
it was
he was
when
just-
he was doing the cheerleading joint and like the stuff on SNL.
Yeah.
Like it took me a little bit to kind of. But old school, when I saw him in that, I was like, he's a monster. This dude's gonna be everywhere.
You know when I watched what's that movie with he went to rub the dude in the baby oil with the Ladies Man.
I haven't seen it.
You never seen the Ladies Man? You gotta watch the Ladies Man. It's hilarious.
Okay.
The ladies.
The Ladies Man. You gotta.
Oh, with
But- Oh, you seen the Ladies Man?
That's the black boy with the afro.
fucking.
He had a radio. He was had a
Tim
radio
Meadows,
job.
right?
I ain't never seen that. I
Yeah,
got.
you
I got.
And that's what I'm like. Okay, I kind
I
of.
think that was him. Anyway,
I kind of watched it a little bit.
all right. What else we got?
All right, Buzz, which one? Will Ferrell, Beavis and Butthead, or
Will and Beavis.
Yeah.
Murdoch?
Yeah, Will and Beavis.
And you can't
Moon.
forget A Night at the Roxbury. That was
That's
classic.
what put me
That was
on
a
to it.
classic.
Moon?
Will Ferrell.
All right, Mike. So you the closer. So money tight. So you only can get one person. So it's either Tommy Davidson or Arsenio Hall.
Our opening for me?
Yeah, the money tight. So you only gonna get either Tommy or Arsenio.
Tommy.
That's a good one.
Tommy. Yeah. If we're going full blown like stand up comedy.
Yeah, just it's going only gonna be two of y'all, right?
Absolutely.
Tommy Davidson.
Tommy Davis.
So he, put,
I'm gonna go with Arsenio Hall.
he funny too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my guy.
he funny. I give
I fuck
Arsenio
with
that.
Tommy Davidson.
I didn't
too.
think he was that funny until I went and go look at the joint. No, I like Tommy Davidson a lot, but I didn't think Arsenio was that funny until I went to go see his little stand up that he put out. Yeah, he is like he got some stuff. He ain't no high on the ground like make your stomach hurt, but yeah, I didn't think he was gonna have that many jokes. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm so used to him coming out, woo, 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 woo. Doing all, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like,
right.
he a
That's the only
comedian.
fucking thing he
That's
got.
all I would
Right.
think of. Yeah, right.
He's what? That's the only thing he got. It's the arm pump.
That's all he got is whoo, whoo, whoo. That's the only fucking thing he got. He ain't got nothing else.
I
It's
love
fucking
that dude. He
trash.
said that's all he got.
And that finger.
I don't understand how some of these motherfuckers make money.
Well, Eddie Murphy best friend.
Oh, yeah, well, he
What
in
are you
there.
talking about?
He in there. He locked in.
Yeah, I'm about to
Arsenio
say,
Hall,
yeah, like-
the show was great.
Yeah,
Bro.
He was a good actor.
Listen,
He-
every
Eddie
movie he
Murphy.
did, I would put even Buzz in the place of this motherfucker
Oh, for sure.
and rather
Right.
watch the shit.
Oh, for sure, we'll put Buzz in his
I don't
place.
know if that's a
Arsenio is
compliment
not
I'm
fucking
putting
funny
Buzz in,
at all.
I don't
putting
know if that's
Buzz
a
in front.
compliment or what.
All of them.
Arsenio get crazy strays.
Yeah.
Did you ever see his special?
Arsenio,
Did you
we
see
gonna
the
give you
same
an
stand-up
interview.
that he's talking about?
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
want to see
no,
this
he was
shit
funny.
because I know Arsenio. I don't want to see this shit
told you,
because
Murdoch.
from back in the day, he didn't have me want to watch anything he did. So I don't want to watch that shit.
I'm just gonna say I haven't seen any of it, so I don't know him to be
Exactly.
I'm
Why
sure
haven't you
he's
seen
funny.
anything?
I haven't.
Because you don't want to see that shit. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying I
If
don't
you
know
wanted
Arsenio
to-
as a stand-up.
If you wanted to see it, you would have went and watched it.
Arsenio, I
I'm
watched
curious
it.
now, but I probably wouldn't go out.
Arsenio, I watched
I'll
you.
probably watch it.
Murdoch didn't watch you, okay?
Listen,
Murdoch
no.
didn't watch you.
When
I
the-
seen it.
But I
Nothing
know
you
for
did
certain
made
Tommy
me say,
Davis is
"Oh, let me go
funny,
look up
so-
some Arsenio Hall shit." Never.
All right, what else we got?
Now, since he said Mike was white, and I just found out,
Sorry.
So-
break the news.
yeah, breaking news. So
I'm not
now,
sorry for being white, I
Now
can't
you
help
have to take. Now you got to take a spot in the group. So you either gonna be in the Five Heartbeats or the Temptations,
Oh, the Temptations.
right?
Yeah.
So you gonna be Otis.
I'm whoever. I'm not.
No, you gonna be David.
Whatever you put. I'm not taking over anybody's spot. But yeah, no.
Yeah, no, you gonna take David
I
Ruffins'
thought it was
spot.
gonna be. Oh
Right.
wow.
You gonna
Jesus.
take David Ruffins' spot. It'll
Buzz,
be
you see what
Mike,
he's doing to me?
Otis, Eddie,
Mike
Blue.
Ruffin. No. No. What you-
Yeah, you putting them in the
Buzz,
bad
if you had to
position.
see him in a group, you
I
see
thought
him
it was
in
like
the
just being-
Temptations.
Right, that's a part of it, right?
I see him in
Yeah.
a heartbeat.
You say I do too.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah,
He Robert Tails.
he duck.
I mean-
yeah, okay.
I'll take that. That's a compliment.
Excellent.
Was that a real group though? It wasn't a real
Somebody
group.
said
Based off the Dell.
right, but I was about to
Okay.
say that. Del,
All right.
I was about to say that. Buzz. Now, is that true though?
Loosely, yes.
Because
What,
when
the
the
Five
credits
Heartbeats?
come up, they
Yeah, I
don't
don't think
say
that's a
nothing.
real
They don't
Well,
say
it's
nothing
probably
about
because
them.
they can't.
Oh,
Just
okay.
because they wanted to be like
Okay.
loose enough. Who
It's
knows?
a loose,
But
like,
Temptations-
Okay.
Temptations,
I was about to say it because in the credits it didn't say shit. I was looking, trying to say like, well, what is
I see
story?
your story, and I'm like, oh, that's a cool story. Then
I don't know.
put a
You look
twist
at that
on
shit
it,
up
I'ma
on
write
YouTube.
it,
They
you
do
know
got
what I
some
mean?
music.
All right.
Yeah, right.
All right. Who else we got?
All right. So now we're gonna go to the crazy shows. So you got Red
What were
Fox.
the, wait. What have these been so far?
All of them crazy. Now we're gonna get to the crazy shows.
Okay.
Red Fox and Richard Pryor, or Bernie Mac and David Chappelle. And you the opener on that one.
Red Fox and Richard Pryor. I love the other two for sure, but
You already said Red Fox was one of
yeah,
those ones.
Right.
yeah. So for me to get a chance to do a show with him, absolutely.
Okay. What you think?
Yeah, I might have to go the same. Like it's they just on a different level. Like this,
Now,
like
my mom used to play like the records of Red Fox, but everybody said he was funny. But I'm still only reason I'm saying I was too young, so I didn't really get a chance to really get a good whiff of Red Fox. So
it was just he
know
was
what I'm
just
saying?
real,
But my
just
dad
like
said
just
he
like
was
Richard
funny.
Pryor.
Right.
He's just real.
Yo,
now, I seen
Raw.
Richard Pryor stand up the last ones he did before he died on
Yeah, but
Sunset
you said
Strip.
Richard Pryor and
Red Fox together, right?
and Bernie Mac and Dave Chappelle.
Right, but
That
I've
shit's
been
fucking
watching
crazy.
them, so that's one reason I'm going to say Bernie Mac and David Chappelle because that's
what I'm going to.
the era. First, I got to
Bernie
see them
Mac.
more.
It's just a different, like you got, but Red Fox and Pryor are more like foundational, and
Facts.
because not to say without them there would be no,
No, that's
the
true.
other, but they certainly built and learned off of it,
Facts.
and those guys were doing groundbreaking shit.
Richard
at the time,
Pryor was
you know what I
real
mean? So,
funny.
like, yeah,
when I seen his show, as soon as he came on there, he like, I'm waiting for these motherfuckers to get out the bathroom. I was crying. I'm like, that already? And people was walking in too. He looking at him. I said, oh, okay. And that's where Eddie Murphy get it from. But like I said, I only got to really see his stuff like once or twice. Like I said, I was just coming up. But I think if Bernie Mac would have had a special, he'd have killed all of them. Now,
Bernie Mac was definitely a natural.
just to me, he was the only one on there to me. If they was doing Kings of Comedy, especially when the King, this is just my opinion, Spike, too. Let me do that. It's just my opinion. This is Uncle Chill, just keeping it real.
You were like, it's
Don't
my
steal.
opinion, Spike.
I'm just saying, on the era, I always say this, in the era that Kings of Comedy came out, the only real King of Comedy on there was Bernie.
No,
And I'm saying that
I
because
agree.
Eddie Murphy was out, Martin was out. At that time, Chris Tucker. It was too many people for said DL.
DL, I like
Steve Harvey
DL
to
too.
make it.
I like DL. Yeah.
He ain't no Kings of Comedy though.
Oh,
DL.
I'm not.
No.
I'm not saying that. he's not
DL's
funny.
trash.
I'm saying I'm judging on the statement. Look,
Everybody trash
yeah,
this dude.
DL.
Hughley is trash,
Everybody
bro.
trash.
That
Everybody
nigga-
trash him. So you
Dog,
gotta
he
know that.
ass.
So give me your five ass. Your ass
Give me
comedians.
the top
Five ass comedians.
I'm sorry, Mike.
Wow, this is
Give me
like
your
bottom.
top five ass comedians.
Wait,
I need to-
we're missing the point here. This is the bottom comedians, top bottom.
No, he said ass.
I know.
Bad.
Bottom is ass. That's
Okay,
what I'm
yeah,
getting
but
at. Come on, man.
he
You're
didn't
missing
say he
this.
was corny. He said he ass.
Okay.
Okay, you want
Your last five.
Give me your
I'm gonna
top
give-
ass
yeah,
ass
last
comedians. Who you said DL?
I'm gonna
Okay.
give you 4 from the rip.
Okay.
All the wings except for Damon.
I told you.
That's 4 right there.
Done well. I
So
am done with
all the wings except for Damon, the rest of them is ass.
I am done with
And the one at the bottom is Keenan. Keenan, I mean, you production boy and all that, but stay the
So
fuck
there's the list.
off the
What else
camera,
we got
bro.
here?
You know what I'm saying? And who we just said?
You said DL.
And fucking Arsenio Hall, he one of them too. You ass cheeks too, nigga. The fuck out of here. Nobody in here is gonna go look for Arsenio Hall on YouTube.
It's on
I
the
think I will
Tubies.
after the show. I think I
It's
will.
on the Tubies.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all telling me he's funny, but nobody's checking for this nigga.
Go ahead.
Yo,
Who's next?
I love you, bro. You
I'm just saying, you saying he's funny, but you don't never go check for Arsenio
Well,
Hall.
I got Marlon
did.
Wayne. I got Marlon
No.
Wayne on
He
this
did.
next one because you.
He didn't go look for it. It just popped up.
So Deion Cole and Marlon Wayne or Mike Epps
It
and
was doing
Chris
this
Tucker.
Marlon Wayne shit.
Yeah, well, you say he was the
What's
funniest.
going on here?
No,
Is
he's
this
definitely not the
a show
funniest.
I'm doing?
No,
or-
you're a comedy show.
Okay.
You win it.
Say it one more time.
You the opener.
I'm the opener.
So you got you, and then you're gonna even go ahead. Either you gonna do the show with Deion Cole and Marlon Wayne, or Mike Epps and Chris Tucker. And yes, we talking about Chris Tucker in his
In
prime.
his prime?
Yes.
Okay, not now.
Of course, he don't tell jokes now.
I don't even think that's close, but go ahead.
Okay, I got you, and I know why you gonna say why. I got that. But I don't think Mike Epps funny on comedy. I love his movies, like, but in stand up, I don't.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
watch
I'm
all.
waiting for
I'm
you.
He
just
said
saying
it
that's just
missed.
my
He said it
opinion.
missed.
He was about to
Yeah,
let
it is missed.
loose.
That's just my opinion.
One more time. Mike Epps and
Chris Tucker,
Chris Tucker. When he was Chris Tucker
Right.
doing stand up.
Deion Cole and Marlon Wayne.
And Deion Cole and Marlon Wayans. I've never seen Deion before.
He's hilarious.
No, like,
Deion
like
stand
live
up.
perform.
I seen him live. He's hilarious.
Yeah, I think I'd go with him and Marlon. I would. I think I would.
See?
I don't think Marlon ever had a prime.
In Living Color.
I don't think he ever had a prime.
Okay.
Mo Money.
That was his first movie ever. I don't want.
I'm saying like stand-up
Yeah.
comedy, not
Yeah.
movies.
More money.
Because he didn't start until later, and
Yes, he
he's
did.
still
Yeah.
I think he's maybe just 10 years in now.
Yeah.
Because I know that Chris Tucker eventually stops. I don't know.
Right. Okay.
And I know that Marlon is still growing, so that's why I would want to see that. And then Deion Cole, I would just want to see.
Deion Cole funny. What you think, Murdoch? Come on. Yes.
Bro, you keep on fucking bringing up Marlon Wayans, bro. I don't understand, bro. Keep Marlon Wayans where the fuck Marlon Wayans is at.
He is.
He's ass
If you
cheeks,
just
man.
want you as the
I
viewer,
just
if you
told
want,
that.
if you just want to scroll 10 minutes in advance because he's probably going to be yelling about the weigh-ins for the next 10 minutes.
Right,
So take a
Buzz,
look.
stop
no,
bringing
wait,
him up.
I'm doing Buzz.
We'll put a marker up.
Where you going, Buzz?
Man, that's too easy.
I got you.
Yeah.
Deion Cole goated. Marlon Wayans.
Trash.
Moon. Trash.
The word was legend from production, but it got drowned out by Murdoch screaming
Right.
trash.
Damn.
All right, so Mike, they giving you the best man award.
The best man award.
Yeah, you all that. So you gotta get a date. So you either going with Janet Jackson or Jennifer Lopez.
Janet.
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 Okay.
Janet.
Actually, I'm sorry. Wait. Miss Jackson.
If you're nasty.
Because I'm nasty.
Definitely.
Is
Janet.
that who you taking?
Miss
Janet.
Jackson.
Yep.
Janet.
Definitely Janet.
Everybody got Janet.
Yep.
Buzz going with J-Lo.
I think.
Have fun. Have a great
All
night.
day.
Have a great night.
So they're gonna give you a life supply. So it's either Mountain Dew or Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Pepsi. Mountain
Pepsi.
Mountain Dew's trash.
Everybody
Man, I can
say-
say that shit
I
trash.
love that. You know, at my job, they argue about that shit all the time.
Every
Shit
Mountain Dew
trash. That
flavor
shit
but
trash.
Mountain Dew is like the original Mountain Dew tastes like shit. The Code Red was banging, and that Blue John is like whatever cancer
Yeah,
it gives you.
the original is the only one I don't get.
Yeah, I don't, not at all. It's gross. They call it hillbilly piss, and then ever since then, when I heard that, I was like, that's probably what it tastes like.
Buzz.
Pepsi, I hate Mountain Dew.
Did you move your mouth to your temple? You gotta put the.
Moon.
There you go. Yeah. All right. I'm just checking.
Moon.
Moon. Pepsi. Yeah.
All right, so we'll see you on the first 48.
Or.
He said, ooh. Or Cops.
Cops. You would absolutely
Yes.
see me on Cops before you'd see me anywhere else.
Cops for sure.
Yeah.
Murdoch.
Not.
Cops.
I'd be
Buzz.
in the back
Cops.
seat.
Moon.
If you haven't seen my episode yet,
Yeah, right.
Right. I got you. My bad.
I'm on
My
season
bad.
2,
Cut.
episode 6.
Look, cut. My bad.
About 8 minutes in.
So now you building a football team.
Okay.
So you need a wide receiver. So you getting Michael Irvin or Andre Rison.
Michael Irvin, because he and I have the same first name, and I know nothing about either one of them.
Okay,
So that's it.
good. I'm glad.
I couldn't
Michael
name two
Irvin.
Eagles right now.
Oh, good.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's why I'm glad. I'm gonna ask.
But
you
if it's on,
also.
I'll watch, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, they're winning. Oh, good throw.
Okay.
But I don't follow it.
Okay. I like that.
You're a
you
sports
can't-
guy.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm like.
You don't
If
follow
it's on,
sports?
I'm entertained.
You got the right answer because you can't. That's not even a comparison. But Michael
All right,
Irvin.
cool. Well,
Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
Mom, thanks for sticking to your guns and naming me Michael.
Buzz.
He's
I'll never pick a cowboy.
he'll never pick a
Okay.
cowboy.
I like that.
Did I pick a cowboy?
Moon. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
did.
picked the
Sorry.
Cowboy.
I didn't.
I didn't hear
I didn't know.
the two people.
It don't.
Michael
It don't
Irvin.
matter. You don't know who Andre
said Michael
Rison is.
Andre
Anyway.
Rison.
You don't know who Andre Rison is, so it don't even matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what else we got?
All right. Got two more. But now here we go. All right. You're doing your own show, so it's you.
Mm-hmm.
It's either gonna be you, the Three Stooges, and Kevin Hart,
Me, the Three Stooges, and Kevin Hart. Okay.
or I don't want to give him that one. Yeah, let's do that. Or Cat Williams and Stewie
Cat Williams and Stewie,
and
Yeah.
you.
and me.
Right.
Yeah. Because I'm.
That's a hell of a show too.
It is a hell of a show. Three
You know y'all
Stooges.
care about, but
Three Stooges is it's a lot of
care
work
about.
because it's a lot of physical comedy. You got to get poked in the eyes.
yeah, Mo.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, all that. Pick two. Pick the wrong ones.
G, get off the door.
I'm gonna go with Stewie and them.
Yes, sir, Mike. The Price is Right or Deal or No Deal, wherever we see you at.
The Price is Right. I want to be able to play Plinko. They give away jet ski. Deal or No Deal's weird. It's like there's too many
Yeah, right,
briefcases.
yeah.
I feel like I'm at I don't know.
The lady was up there picking the wrong shit all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, what suitcase? That's not exciting. Oh, that's the wrong suitcase. Oh, that's the right suitcase. Like the only exciting part comes with the money, and Price is Right has money. So. And
So-
Plinko.
Price is right.
Is the best Air Force Ones the black ones or the white ones?
The black ones because
fucking with you.
the black ones are for a lot of reasons. Do you want me to give you two?
Yes, I want to hear. I want to hear that shit.
All right.
Cause I always see you rock 'em.
You can wear 'em more than once.
Well, yeah, you can wear them again.
Right.
Because
Okay.
the white ones you can wear out. Like
What I
if you
say to you when
if
we
you
do
want to
stuff.
keep them crispy and sharp and whatever,
Told you.
you can wear them for like a day. It's $110.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
black one, yeah.
Yeah, Air Force
115.
Ones cost $130. Yeah.
Anybody
Right.
watching, be like, oh, I get it from where? Cool, you're better than me, and you can find sneakers cheaper. But they're about $110.
Yeah, they was
No,
like
no,
70.
no,
They are.
Yeah.
No,
No,
they
They said me, I wore it was like
No.
70.
Oh, you remember when they were 70?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
for the
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Stop buying no
Oh
more.
yeah, right. $70, right. Not now. They're being some change.
Yeah,
You're
it's
right.
crazy.
He's right.
But the black ones, yeah, because they stay cleaner, and they're easier to clean too. So,
And
and
they don't last long.
and when you're 5'7", and people look down at your feet, like you need all the help you can get. I'm not a very intimidating looking person, so when people like, it's like you ever see them people with the fat ears? Like not to mess with them because they get that from like wrestling and jujitsu and shit like that. Like not like a fat ear. I mean like the cauliflower ear.
I just thought that.
I didn't know this.
No, yeah.
We got some.
I just thought.
You're like, oh, that's a fighter. You stay away.
That- do
If you
that
look
shit.
down and you see somebody's got on unlaced Timbs, stay away from them. If they got on black Air Force Ones, it's not necessarily stay away from them, but don't fuck with them. So, and that just seems to be what like everybody believes.
Where we putting shells at right now?
Some of them got. Some
I
of
would
them guys
love.
that got.
I would
the
love a
ass.
black pair of shells.
Are we still doing shells?
I would do
Ain't
a all
intimidating.
black pair of
Are we
shells.
still
All
doing
black.
shells?
I'll do white. I always get
I'll do
all.
shells.
Yeah, I always get all white pair.
Yeah.
Always in the summertime.
You know what?
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Okay,
them in
here's
years.
here's a sneaker that if
I got
anybody
some
wants.
Swisses.
If anybody wants to sell me this sneaker, please remake the black Iversons, the fucking
AI, you
original.
talking to you because you and
Questions.
you and Shaq
all
got
black questions. Yeah,
You
black,
and Shaq
a little
got
bit of
Reebok.
gold, just a little bit of gold.
Him and Shaq got Reebok. Yeah, y'all can do that. AI, you heard what Mike said. Bring them old ones back,
I'm
baby.
about to give me some red and white Jones.
I never had a pair.
Is it still?
He was my favorite player in the world. I never had a
Black
pair.
You know what,
Jones
though,
were
bro?
my favorite.
I didn't either. I never had a pair.
I didn't like the answers. I didn't like none of them, but no. And I'm not even like
And
a
I
sneaker
got a pair of
bull,
Kobe's. I got a pair of Kobe's. I got even though I'm not a LeBron fan, I got two pair of LeBrons. I got a pair of KD's too, and I don't really think he decent.
I think
But
that
I ain't got no AI hook. Yeah,
KD?
Kevin Durant soft, bro. He'll never win nothing else unless he go get Curry in them again.
We went from.
I was gonna say,
answer the question then.
but the last thing about the white Air Force Ones, I think that's it's definitely a flex. because like you can
Right.
walk around like you're walking around.
And the same way
look, I
with
got this
Tim's.
crispy
Your
ass,
feet
like,
just look
yeah.
nice.
That's
Your
it.
feet
yeah.
cold
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
High top, low top.
Everybody over there yesterday was
High top
walking
what?
like they was bow-legged.
Forces.
Look,
No,
they don't
no,
tell.
they don't exist to me.
They feet
No,
were
they're
cool.
not real.
No?
No, they're not real to me. No, they're
What?
not
Oh
existent.
no, you
High
was the
top.
high top boy.
Yeah.
What?
He always wore the high
had
top
the strap.
forces with the strap.
Oh, you with the strap that hang in the back?
Nah, they're
No,
fake.
not
The
back,
one,
in
the
front.
one, the
Nah,
one you can take
they're
off.
not real.
Oh, you gonna strap yours all the way up like
They
wrestling?
had like
boots.
the mid and the high.
Yeah,
Right.
they had the mid.
I ain't had the high edge Jones.
Yep. No,
Nah, you had the mid.
Like they had like
mid.
3/4 or something, right? It was like a 3/4 length or something. I do.
too much.
Yeah,
but,
them Jones is
Nah,
crazy.
that's too much.
Low top.
Yeah, low top. Yeah.
you know, we can talk all day to you, Mike, but before we do get out of here, man, I want to do this. We appreciate running into you, bro, and now we up here interviewing you, so
Me too.
it does. Things can happen with great people. Yeah, I mean, basically. So let them know everything about you, where they can follow you, everything, good brother.
All right. Well, it started in kindergarten. You
Right.
say everything?
Yeah.
Everything.
Everything.
Come on, let's get
All
it.
right.
Kindergarten.
Now, well, hold on. Before we do this, somebody, what are your phones? Somebody pull a phone up. I mean, I could do it with mine too, but so here, I told you I got a gift. I got you a gift.
GIF.
All right. You see this? I'm giving you this. I'm going to teach you how to fish. Touch your phone to that. Just put your phone on the card. Oh, maybe your Jones not on. All right. Well, we're going to speed through this part. Anyway, here it comes. Yep. Common Ground Podcast 22. Just from touching this card.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you some of these to take with you, and I'll show you how to make
Oh,
them and whatever.
shit.
But
I
yeah.
appreciate you.
So instead of telling people to stand, like it's awkward as shit. Like, here, oh, let me see your phone. Some people you don't want to touch other people's phones, even if they, especially if they hand it to you. Don't touch their phone because they're none of these phones are sanitary. And for somebody that doesn't respect you enough to say you don't want to touch this thing, they don't love you. So now you don't have to touch their phone. You just hold this up, and it'll go right to your YouTube channel. And now they can subscribe. Common Ground
I
Podcast
appreciate you.
22.
I appreciate that.
That's all that.
That's
Mike.
Easy to make
That's
Shout
all
out
that.
Mike.
for me.
Mike,
Excellent.
Not for
Clap
you.
it up for Mike, baby. You all that, man.
Hey, we
Yes,
got
sir.
you.
We appreciate you, Mike.
Because you're almost there. Get them up over. Get the subscriber number up. Hit that button. It's
Yeah,
free.
yeah,
It don't
yes.
cost nothing.
Don't cost
So
shit.
go there
Please subscribe
and hit that button.
or miss out.
That's my best on compression.
Hit the button.
So here, the best thing I can tell you is I'm for hire. Okay, I do a lot of great stuff. I got a lot of great people with me. Buzz, I love you for everything you are
Definitely.
in my life.
Shout
For
out
everything
Buzz.
that we are and what we built so far for excellence.
Shout out to
know.
Buzz. Right. Shout out to Buzz.
You guys, all of you individually, like I've grown to just. I've grown to love all of you, like, and you guys, like, as a big part of, like, what we do, too. I mean, I hear you guys so much all throughout the week just from editing, you know.
Right.
Like, we probably hear more, you more than most people that are around you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and you're here. You're up on our, you're up on our roster wall. Like, we see you guys every
3
day.
times.
You're a big part. Yeah, a bunch
We
of
up there
times.
3
like,
times.
you guys are just a big part of what we do. I'm so glad that I trusted just life in the process and just saying, yeah, man, go do the right thing, which was get in the car, show up. We went to this
Right.
event, we ran into y'all, and that is really how it works out. Like, you have no... And that wasn't until age 45, almost 46 for me last year. So I will tell you that the people that are around you right now, a year from now, might not be the same people.
Facts.
And that's okay. You stay, don't remain the same exact person, obviously grow, but as long as you stay, who you are, all the right people will come around you. I've grown in, so many ways just this year alone, but like the family that we got here at Excellence is insane. Like it's
Yeah.
awesome. Our 1 year
Right about
anniversary that we did with y'all.
was all
it
lit.
was
Happy
just fun, man.
anniversary.
I think it was whether it was last week or the week before. I don't think you guys left until like 3 days after you recorded. Like it just felt like we just sat here, hung out, and whatever. And it was
Right.
just like, yeah, hell yeah. So now I appreciate you guys. But where to find everything? Excellence Productions everywhere. Me specifically, the Mike Salvi everywhere. I'm on all social media platforms at the name the Mike Salvi. So go ahead on Cash App and follow me. It's the best place to get in touch with me.
Right.
Other than that,
Money talk.
it certainly does.
Hey, man, you've been wonderful, man. Like, when you know how we do our show, before we go, man, you always got to give something to the people. So give them something, Mike.
Just keep showing up. everything. If you made it this far, you're probably gonna keep. You're probably gonna make it. And even if you don't, act like you are. Like, just keep showing up, no matter what gets in your way. I've had everything thrown in my way possible that I felt like it could, and at a certain point in my life, and then I got through it, and then 50 other things got thrown and whatever, and we all have our stuff. Every like piece of pain and whatever always the same to each of us. So but it's easy to get caught up in like oh, my life isn't that bad or whatever. Yeah, your life's probably pretty bad. So make a change and wake up and just make the decision to, you know what, I'm going to keep showing up anyway, and every day I'm going to make this a little bit better. So it's rough out here. There's a lot of crazy shit happening. A whole state just caught on fire. Like, all this shit's happening. Like, literally, like, count your blessings, shut up, and show up.
Yeah, I love it.
So,
yes, sir.
Appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate excellence.
Yes.
Like you said, were you 46, 47? Just now doing your thing. Last year was a good year. 4 movies. Congrats to you.
thank you.
Right.
Just y'all gotta keep going out here grinding. Do what y'all need to do, man. It's in Philly G.
Right.
Yeah, so, I'm really not the person that, like, trust a lot of people and, you know what I mean? And, like, even I go off of energy, you know what I mean? So, like, even when we first met y'all, it was like, all right, I still had to, we gotta go talk to these guys. You know what I mean? I'm not the person, we're gonna go holler at them. But we took a chance, you know what I mean? So what I'm just by saying that, you gotta take chances. And even though us as people, we already don't trust people. You know what I mean? So we go off of that and we live life like that. You know what I mean? So for us to take that chance and for y'all to even be like, oh, look, we're gonna stop talk to these guys, and ever since that day, we've been going ever since. You know what I mean? So you gotta take chances in life.
I agree.
I mean, that's what I got.
Man, like I said, the group you work with, man, speaks for itself, man. They are all that. Yeah, Mike. Like we met y'all. Like I said, I wasn't even coming out, so it's true on some things. Like, you don't judge a book by its cover, right? Because he would have walked by. Me and G decided to go ask you, and the camera caught my attention more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and I can replay that, and I can see how it could have went with other people. What? Get out of here. Why you worrying about my camera? Because people are like that. Like you said, the world is crazy. But it was a blessing, like Murdoch said, that y'all stopped. And we was talking about this. So it wasn't, I never want y'all to think when we came and signed and we came in here to the show, we was already preparing for one. We just couldn't get somebody like y'all.
We noticed.
See, that's what my cousin missed last
Just to
night.
fill
just
fill
got
in
out of
anybody
the
who
building.
wasn't.
Right.
Hold on, just real quick for y'all watching or anybody that wasn't there. This dude walked up to me and Buzz and
Yes, I
said,
did.
"Where y'all get that camera from?"
That's exactly
Exactly what I said.
That's exactly what he
I
said.
looked at Buzz and I was like,
Boy, look at
That's exactly what he
This dude
said.
just said it. We're like, and we're assole comedians that love
Listen,
people. So
and I was cracking
and he
the
just
fuck
had
up
this
when he
thing
said that
about him
shit.
that I was just like, we're like the internet. What are you asking?
Right.
What do you mean? Like, just go on the internet. Like any part of
know
it,
about
it's
that.
all connected. So anyway,
I don't know
but
nothing
no.
about
So
that.
what's funny is no, you do, but you don't.
Right.
And that's
I
what's just
did
so
know,
like
right.
adorable
Right.
about you. And it's just like, yeah, man, let's get this guy in. So what, if you speak Unk, you'll know what he really meant, because I saw the subtitle like, yo, what's up with y'all? What are y'all doing? Like, we have something we need to talk.
Right.
And that's where we're both like, absolutely. I'm so glad we did.
Right.
I'm so glad we did, man. My life is completely different because of it. Like,
Shout out
yeah.
excellence.
Yeah,
Definitely. Big shout out to Excellence, man. Let's clap that up.
oh yeah.
And before we go, man, big shout out, happy birthday, whoop-de-whoop.
Happy
Whoop-de-whoop.
birthday.
Whoop.
Whoop-de-whoop.
I'm about to knock
Shout out
on your
Wolfie.
fucking door.
He couldn't make it today, but big one. Birthday, we only get one a year, so that's a blessing.
Only one?
Yeah,
Just
only
one.
get one a year.
one a year.
No, you get two, don't you?
It's fucked up.
You get two a year
Shit ain't fair.
if you make up a birthday. But like I said, teamwork does make the dream work, and just know who you with. Like, something that I even seen Buzz talking about, he hit it on the news. Like, you gotta know your folks, man.
For sure.
And the ones you don't know, it's a reason why you don't know them, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, let's stay grounded. You know what I mean? 10 toes down. I mean, because it's hard out here. I mean, like, even with the group, I mean, it's a lot of people. You won't see a lot of people in this group. Now, I'm going to say this shit because I can say it. How about that shit? Now, let's record this. You won't see a lot of people in the group because some people are tender. I mean, it's funny how a person will go work for somebody and take orders from a stranger, but somebody they grew up with, they got a problem with doing something. See, that's how you know somebody fraud. Because you can go work for the green man or the yellow man because they ain't always white. So it's more brothers giving out orders to brothers talking about boss than anybody else. So
Everybody can't be a boss.
well, and until everybody know that, that's where the problem going to be always at.
Always.
Everybody want to come in and
Play
work
your
straight at the
position.
top. I have earned my right to hold this mic. Now, that's real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so everybody else has to do the same. Man. Y'all not up here because we family. Y'all up here because y'all earned the right to do this. Like you said, I ain't podcasting. I ain't podcasting. What I said, y'all can do it though. I got y'all up here, and if I had to convince y'all, whatever, I appreciate it. If we had to convince Mike, it's working out. And only the strong gonna survive. Ain't no group gonna hold up. Everything ain't gonna be hunky dory all the time. And like I said, like that's from the heart. Like these dudes have really put work in. So yeah, when you talk about the podcast negative or you say something negative about them, yeah, I'm not gonna be Unc no more. My name Michael. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I don't never want y'all to never take that. I mean, that's real. This is personal to me. Yep. I'm saying I work my ass off to even get right here on this camera. And you know that. So I'm being honest.
You gotta say
When I
shit.
was writing
Talk
this
your
shit down and
nigga.
motherfuckers was going saying it on their podcast, like literally taking my notebook and saying my shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I've been there. So we appreciate excellence. We really appreciate y'all.
I appreciate
Teamwork
that, man.
really make the dream work. Like I said, I don't get up here and do a lot of talking about it, but I have been through the mud and slug in this game right here, bro. Even with my movies, bro. Like he said, he feel like I got put out of a movie because I outread a person, and he like, no, that's my man. I gotta give it to him, but he didn't do what I did. You called me Tuesday. I was here Thursday, bro. I knew all the lines. That's amazing. I had 8 kids. Mama screaming in my ear. My baby mom on the phone. The job asked me, am I coming? I still managed to learn these lines, bro. Like I said, a lot of people don't get that. But that's the game, like I said. And by the blessing of the people do see what you're worth. And you just got to get around the right people. So now I know that too.
Takes a while.
Excellence.
through a lot of 'em.
I
Well,
love
we really
excellence.
appreciate We love you,
You
man.
guys are our folks.
Yeah, we
And I
family.
appreciate you.
Y'all
guys.
are absolutely our folks.
Clap it up, because we family, man. We appreciate this. And without y'all, they wouldn't see us, man. So, like I said, teamwork makes the dream work. And y'all know how
Family,
we
baby.
do. I'm Monkey Shields. I keep it real. Don't steal and I pay them bills, man. We up out of here. Mike Salvi, man, one of the greatest people we had in the United
Shout out
States.
Mike.
For which it
Shout out Mike.
stands.
Yes, sir.